Hello?
Hello?
Yo, is this the nightmare?
Yeah, man, what's up, man?
What's up, baby? How you doing, man?
Cool, chilling, watching this OJ shit, 30 for 30.
Bro, man, I got him videotaped, man. I haven't even watched him yet, man. But you think he
Man,
did
this
it?
shit is dope. This is like the second time I watch this.
Yo, man, I know that motherfucker is saying like, damn, why'd I even do that shit? And the dumb shit he did, man, to get land his ass in the joint, man.
Man, he was wilding out when he went to Florida, though. He was wilding out.
I heard, man. I heard. Wait, hey, Chris, man. I really appreciate the phone interview, bro. It was just by chance, man. I happened to see that, so I just reposted it, and then you responded back, and I was like, man, there's so many fake, IGs out there. So I looked and I'm like, hold up, man. I told my wife, I said, baby, this is real Chris Arreola. So I was like, man, okay, well, let me go ahead and respond back. But I was going to tell you, man, you didn't even have to respond back, man. But I appreciate it because you got so many people out there. You already know in the boxing game, man. You have so many fake individuals out there, man. That's like that won't even respond back. So that just let me know that you're a down to earth brother. But most importantly, I even have more respect for you, bro. I really appreciate it, man, because you didn't have to do that.
No, for sure, man. I like having fun and shit with the camera and stuff like that. So they just caught that, and they obviously going to put it up there. So, it's all in fun. There's not no disrespect toward Wilder because, I know he's a great fighter. He's a very good fighter, so it's just a little picky. But, no big thing, though.
Right. Well, would it be cool if I go ahead and start this quick interview with
Yeah,
you,
let's get
brother?
it. Let's get it.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, you tune in with Coach Stokes from the ring to the concrete. We have special guest Chris Arreola. Those of you who do not know him, Chris Nightmare Arreola, he has a record of 34 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, and 31 KOs. Chris, this would be your fourth time fighting for a world title?
No, this is my third
Third
time.
time. Third time
Third
fighting
time.
for world title.
Yes, sir.
So Chris, just start off real quickly, man. What sparked your interest in boxing, bro? Because you come from LA, so LA is a big boxing town, city. Well, how'd you get into boxing?
Honestly, I've been in the boxing gym since I was a baby. My dad was a fighter. I've been to Broadway boxing gym, the old Olympic Auditorium. They had a boxing gym. Hoover Street boxing gym, Broadway gym. I was all over that place with my dad. My dad wasn't the best boxer, but he was a boxer, and he loved the sport. Fast forward, I want to say 87, 86. One of my father's old trainers asked him if he wanted a job as a trainer. My dad was like, fuck yeah. So he goes, starts working, and I would bug him every day to take him to the boxing gym, every day.
Uh-huh.
And finally, like in 1988, I was about 7 years old. He started taking me to the boxing gym, and never left since, man. And I love the sport of boxing, man. I just love the whole sparring. The training is probably the part that I hate the most. But honestly, man, I love the sparring. To me, there's no more gentleman sport than boxing. Because there's two guys going in there. They know nothing of each other. Just what they read or whatever it is. They beat the crap out of each other, and after the fight's over, they just have a mutual respect for each other. To me, there's no more gentlemanship than that.
Right. It's the most purest form of sport still in existence, and it's the oldest one, man. I definitely can understand that. What was your amateur record?
I had over 145 fights.
Wow.
I had about 15, 20 losses. I won Junior Olympics. I've won like 3 or 4 Junior Olympics, 2 or 3 silver gloves, one junior Golden Gloves. I won the national Golden Gloves. I was part of the U.S. boxing team for a short minute, but when I won the national Golden Gloves, Andre Berto won the national Golden Gloves. I met a lot of people through amateur fights that still fight today, like the Santa Cruz brothers, right?
Uh-huh.
The older brothers, I literally beat them twice. His 2 older brothers, I beat them twice in amateurs. I know they were 135 pounds, but back then I was tall and lanky.
Right. Okay. And speaking of your amateur career, I get a lot of individuals that come to me and say they want to turn pro, but can you just let people know what's the difference between somebody that has a stellar amateur background versus somebody if they coming in straight off the streets, an average Joe that's trying to do this boxing thing when it comes to pro? What's the difference? What's the pros of having a good amateur career?
It doesn't have to be a good amateur career. It just has to be at least 15 to 20 amateur fights. And the reason being, man, you got to get used to fighting in front of a crowd. You got to get used to that, the cheering of the crowd. You got to get used to going through adversity in a fight, because it's not always going to go your way. Amateur experience, that's why it's called amateur. It's like being, it's an at-work experience, man. You have to get it. You have to. It's very important because once you get to the pros, you got fans, you got all kinds of things going on at the same time. You're hearing all kinds of different shit. You got people telling you to jab, people telling you to go to your body, but you got to keep your mindset and understand that you got to funnel everybody out and just listen to your corner. Listen to that one voice that's always going to be telling you what to do, the right things to do, not listening to all the fans and everything else. Because once you just go straight from the street to the ring, you're going to be caught like deer in headlights, and that's when you're going to go bye-bye. That's when you get hurt.
Right. So you would definitely say not only with that, but it's definitely important to have the right team with you because I know you see it all the time, but you may see a guy who's really really good, but his team behind him is garbage, so they don't go anywhere.
Mhm. Yeah, you do. You definitely have to have a good team. Definitely, that's very important because just like I say, fighters need to have an amateur experience. So do coaches. Coaches, the coaches, a fighter are looking for instructions, to write instructions, and then if the fucking coach doesn't know what the hell he's doing, he's just gonna get frustrated, and he's only gonna make his fighter worse. You gotta understand your fighter. You gotta understand what is his weaknesses, what are his strengths, and what are the other guy's weaknesses and strengths, and how are you gonna counter the things that he does in there.
Gotcha.
And you got to decide, you honestly, as a fighter, you really have to trust your corner. I trust Henry. I've been with him 14, 15 years now.
Yeah.
I trust him like a motherfucker.
That's trust, and the trust, with us fighters, man, is something that you definitely have to earn. So let me ask you this, man. This will be your third time fighting for a major heavyweight title. What's different this time around? Do you have a different game plan? Have you prepared differently? For the Bronze Bomber, because you go into hostile territories, man. You going down there in Alabama, brother. So how you prepared this time?
Okay, the first time, man, when I fought Vitaly Klitschko, I was more worried about what was I going to do after the fight. Where am I going to party? Where am I going to go take a vacation? Am I going to get to do interviews? Am I going to get to be on Jimmy Kimmel? I was thinking like way ahead of myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was my mentality. My mentality was fucked. And the second time when I fought Stiverne, I was ready. I was focused. But like in boxing, all it takes is one punch to get knocked out. Just one punch. And that's exactly what Stiverne did. He got me again with that stupid looping right hand. Again. And that's boxing. I could respect that because I went in there prepared and I was ready for that. And what I'm taking in this fight is my experience, man. My experience. I fought a lot of great fights. I fought a lot of wars. But the main thing is I got to bring my hands back. I got to be ready for everything that Stiverne has. And I train my ass off. I'm training like a mother just to beat him, man, because he is a tough man. And as far as fighting in hostile territory, man, that doesn't bug me one bit at all. If anything, it's better for me because those fans are going to get in the ring with him.
Right.
That's where the amateur experience comes into play. They're not coming in to ring me. They could boo me all they want. They could do whatever the heck they want, but they're not coming in the ring. It's going to be me against the Bronze Bomber.
No,
That's it.
no
That's
doubt.
absolutely it.
Right. So what would you say are your strengths against his weaknesses?
My experience. That's my plan.
Okay.
That's easy. Just my experience and being able to be in that situation plenty of times, and I've gone through adversity. I the first time I fought Stiverne twice. The first time I fought him, I was an idiot. I trained maybe 2-3 weeks, and by the third round, he broke my nose, broke it, shattered it. He shattered like in 5 different places. I didn't even know my nose had that many fucking bones or big enough to have that many fractures. I fought 9 rounds with a broken nose. I haven't heard of nobody been fighting 9 rounds with a broken nose.
Right.
And still keep pushing, still keep grinding, still wanting to win. I still kept coming, man. So yeah, that's probably part of my strengths.
So you win this fight, you will definitely, won't you make history? Won't you be the first ever Mexican heavyweight champion?
Yeah, well, Mexican descent. I'm not
Descent.
Mexican. I was born in the United States, and I'm proud to be American.
Right.
But yeah, first of Mexican descent, man. Main thing, to make my pops proud, man. Even though me and my pops, we're not in best in terms. I love my dad, but I still want to make him proud. I still want to say, hey, that's my son. He did it. To make my daughter proud, to make my son proud. It's a whole different mentality now.
Got you. Hey man, this is one more question before the last, but what should the fans expect from Chris the Nightmare Arreola the 16th next weekend in Alabama from you? What should they expect, brother?
I'm going all out. I'm going for broke, man. I have everything to gain and nothing to lose.
Okay.
If I lose, knock on wood, if he catches me, whatever it is, everybody's expecting that. Everybody's like, Chris Arreola, fuck him. He's washed up anyways. Chris Arreola, he was cherry-picked for this fight. But if I knock him out, if I win that fight, everyone's going to be like, what? Hell yeah. It's a big difference. I have nothing to gain. I have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So I'm going for broke, man. And I'm not saying that I'm going to go wild in there. You got to be smart. You got to be methodical because I'm still fighting a great fighter in Deontay Wilder.
Of course. Last question, Chris, and I do this for everybody. How do you want to be remembered 50 years from now, when it's all over?
Regardless whether I'm in shape or I wasn't in shape, I gave him it all. I always gave him all my fight. I always fought for the fans. That's what I want to remember. That I fought with my heart. You can never call me a bitch. That's one thing that I cannot stand. If somebody calls me a bitch, oh my God, that makes my blood boil. If they call me a coward, that makes my blood boil. That really pisses me off. You can call me fat, you can call me lazy, you can call me an idiot, whatever. I'm fine with that because yes, I am fat. I have been fat. I have been lazy, and I haven't respected the sport like I should have. But you can never say that I was a bitch or a coward in the ring because I always gave my all. And I always got up.
That's right, man. Well, Chris, I really appreciate the time that you gave me and my fans for even just watching, and my listeners. And one thing I want to ask you is, anyone that wants to follow Chris Arreola, Chris, what are your social media accounts so that they can follow you step by step?
I just mess with Instagram. That's the only thing I mess with. That's Chris Arreola. That's it. The only one I mess with. I don't mess with the Facebook. I don't mess with the Twitter. I just post pictures and that's it.
All right, brother. Hey, man, I'm looking forward to meeting you one day, man. I got a 5-year-old son. His name is Diesel, man, and he's really into boxing. We're gonna be in Vegas next month, but once everything gets settled, man, I'm gonna hit you up on Instagram, man. And while we down in you in Escondido, right?
No, I'm in Riverside, man.
Oh man,
I don't know why it says I'm in Escondido. I'm in Riverside.
Okay.